Welcome to the Time of Your Life with the Baltimore County Department of Aging. I'm your host, Ethel Rasmussen. As always, the Time of Your Life is about sharing resources for living your best life and dedicated to keeping you well informed about the programs and services that are exclusively designed for you. You can also connect with BCDA through the agency's multimedia platforms that include the agency's website, Facebook, the Time of Your Life Digest, Flickr, and Map, as well as an abundance of printed resources. For professionals, please consider viewing posts on LinkedIn for current programs and services to share with clients, residents, or patients, as well as BCDA's professional education opportunities. Connections to BCDA are stronger than ever, so please take advantage of the many options we offer. I would like to take this opportunity to wish our viewers a happy and healthy new year. Today's show focuses on starting 2025 strong with connections and resources. In the show, we will celebrate the production of our latest edition of the department's Community Resources Guide with Mary Wanthrop, Community Partnership Coordinator at the Department of Aging. We continue with Carrie Grafton, MAP Supervisor at the Baltimore County Department of Aging, who will explain all of the services available at the touch of your phone through Maryland Access Point or MAP of Baltimore County. Now let's start today's show by getting to know the Baltimore County Department of Aging's newly named director, Heang Tan. Heang, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the show.
I'm so happy to be here, Ethel. Thank you.
Having started as our director this past week, could you tell us a little about yourself and how you got into the field of aging?
Sure. Well, one, I wanted to say thanks for having me. This is my first week on the job, and it's really exciting to be able to talk to our listeners on this show. So, as I said, I have about 20 years of public health service, but really got into aging about a decade ago. I joined the Baltimore City Health Department as their deputy health officer to oversee their area agency on aging. In the city, the Department on Aging was housed right in the local health department. So I did a lot of alignment around public health and aging. But even before that, I have to say that my work began with working with Cambodian older adults and helping them navigate the healthcare systems. Aging has become personal and a purpose for me only because when I came to this country, my grandparents helped raise me up until I was 11 while my parents worked and went to school, and they were my primary caregivers for a long time. And when they needed to age in place and needed caregiving, I was their family caregiver. And so really got some perspective and insights around caregiving through that lens. But then after college, I came back home. And in Connecticut, of course, it was like the insurance capital of the world. And so I was either going to be an insurance broker, but I had the heart of a social worker. And I started volunteering at a nonprofit, helping people connect to fill out the census, actually, because it really mattered was um, who was counted in these numbers. And I realized that a lot of immigrant and refugees were really not counted in the census. And so volunteered part-time to work at Khmer Health Advocates. It was a community-based organization helping Cambodian refugees settled in their homes, and started that work there. I'm Cambodian, but I didn't know the language. When we came here, my parents and grandparents and families worked so hard learning English that I really lost my native language. And at that time, I think that the Cambodian elders taught me Cambodian again. And then I, in turn, helped them get to their doctor's appointments and really just navigate the really complex social and healthcare systems. And then built out a chronic disease program around diabetes. And so really started my work there. But I have to say that that the seed was developed by older adults, the Cambodian community really embracing me, teaching me what their needs are. And then I developed programs, chronic disease programs that I knew would work for the community. And so kind of that's where my passion stayed and laid. And of course, like I felt like because my grandparents had contributed so much to me, that was like this was something that I needed to continue to do. And I went on into doing some advocacy and communications work, and then later into government. And so I found myself in a role of being able to develop systems and craft policies to help older adults navigate in a meaningful way. And so that's kind of how I started in the field of aging and kind of really stayed in the field of aging.
What interested you in joining the Baltimore County Department of Aging?
So I moved to Baltimore about 9 years ago, and I've been a city resident. But just more recently, we moved to Baltimore County. My husband grew up in Parksville, and we just came back home to his home, and it just was a natural fit to join the Baltimore County team. I've always admired the Baltimore County's partnership when I was in the city. I've always admired the work in Baltimore County in terms of what the team has done. And so that really interested me because I knew that this was something that I can build upon and work upon. And there was a terrific team at Baltimore County because I was able to witness that as a partner in the city.
So, what are some of your first impressions of Baltimore County?
Well, it's been an interesting, really fast week. We've had some leadership transition at the county level, so we've really had to kind of prepare for that. But boy, it has been just so wonderful in terms of just being able to join this team. My first impression is that everyone here in the department is so knowledgeable and they're experts in the work that they do, which is it's just so wonderful to see because a lot of the times it is hard to find such passionate individuals. And so I could see that right away in terms of the people that I've met and the programs that I've seen within the short week. And so just such great impressions and such a great foundation to really, really work with.
I understand that you're very involved in policy and program development affecting older adults at the national level. Can you share the ways in which you've been involved?
Sure, I'm happy to share ways, but I feel like I have to kind of explain how some of the structure works and why it's important for local government to be involved in the national level. Our department receives funding under the Older Americans Act, which is a federal legislation that essentially gives funding to area agencies on aging to carry out their mission. There are about, I want to say, 600 area agencies on aging in the country, and there's a network called US Aging or Us Aging. It used to be called the National Association of Area Agencies on Aging, but they just recently changed and rebranded their name. I'm the first vice president of that board. I've been involved in their leadership for about 6 years. Really, really such a wonderful organization to be involved in and represent the third Mid-Atlantic region as the as a representative, first as the board meeting and then joining the executive team. I want to say 4 years ago. And so there, US Aging really is our advocate in DC at the national level. They advocate to preserve the Older Americans Act, to ask for more funding, to elevate the needs of the local communities at the national level. And so I have been involved in this national organization for 6 years and uplifting and elevating the needs of the local communities at the federal level. So my involvement has been just so wonderful, and I'm just so pleased to be able to continue to represent the Mid-Atlantic region in my capacity at Baltimore County.
I know you've just joined the department, but could you end by sharing what you believe your priorities will be for the department?
You know, Ethel, I saw that question and I was like, a weekend, that's a tough one, a weekend. But I want to say that our mission is strong. It is really to help older adults age in place, connect people to resources, to be able to assist older adults of where they are in their journey, and then also to serve as their advocates of whatever their needs are. And so really, that's what I'm going to continue to do and to prioritize to do. I think there are some alignments around health and wellness that we could do. There's such wonderful programming that we currently do, and there's a lot of access points across the county. So really kind of building on what we currently do and looking at ways to collaborate and innovate are some of the things that I really am looking forward to doing.
Heng, thank you for taking time to join us on the show today.
Oh, thank you, Ethel. This has been really nice, and I'm so pleased to be here.
Probably one of many visits you'll have here.
Thanks.
We're going to take a short break, but first join approximately 8,000 mature adults who subscribe to BCDA's newspaper, The Time of Your Life Digest. Subscriptions are reasonable at $5 annually for Baltimore County residents over 60 years of age and $7 for under 60 who are Baltimore County residents or those residing in other counties. For information about becoming a subscriber, please call 410-887-3050.
Six tips for long-distance caregiving. Anyone who is caring for a friend, relative, or parent from far away can be considered a long-distance caregiver. Long-distance caregiving can present unique challenges. Keep these tips in mind. Learn as much as you can about your loved one's health, treatments, and available caregiving resources. Organize important paperwork. Keep all vital information in one place and up to date, including healthcare documents, wills, and financial information. Make sure at least one caregiver has written permission to receive medical and financial information. Plan your visits. Find out in advance what the person would like to do. Aim for simple and relaxing activities. Stay connected. Schedule calls with healthcare providers and facility staff to discuss the person's well-being. Consider caregiver training. Medicare and Medicaid will sometimes cover the cost of this training. To learn more about long-distance caregiving, visit www.nia.nih.gov.
Welcome back to The Time of Your Life. I'm your host, Ethel Rasmussen. Valuable and up-to-date information has everything to do with making well-informed decisions based on your resources and options. Community Resources 2025 is that informational source and is now available. With us today to share news about Community Resources 2025 is Mary Wontrop, Community Partnership Coordinator at the Baltimore County Department of Aging. Mary, welcome to the show.
Hi, Ethel. Thank you for having me.
Community Resources 2025 is a well-known publication. Can you share information about this resource?
Sure can. We are in our 28th edition of this very important resource, which shows how important it is that it continues to be a publication for that many years. It's a very inclusive regional service directory providing information on resources to connect residents and residents with services and programs they need and request. So it's kind of like a one publication that really hits on all kinds of services, government, nonprofit, community businesses. It is a collaboration of the Baltimore County Department of Aging, collaborates with the Department of Housing and Community Development, Commission on Disabilities, and we are partner with all the city government, the Baltimore City partners as well. So all both city and county are well represented in this publication.
So why is this publication like Community Resources so important?
Well, the good thing about this resource, as I said, it's like everything in one book. And one of the, I think, most used areas of this book is the back pages, but are very important in the back, are our financial eligibility guidelines for all of the different services out there that are through the governments, through different programs of people that need extra support. And of course, they're always, do I qualify or don't I? And the charts and the templates that are given in the back of the book make it easy to look and see what you need and see if you fall under the guidelines for those qualifications. It is very important to, we have a lot of social workers in the hospitals that request this book as they're working with individuals. So that is one of the most key important parts of the book, but also it has all kinds of services for anyone. It's anybody, a professional that's helping a person, an older adult, someone with disabilities, a family, looking for any kind of service. As I said, we have government programs, nonprofit, as well as community businesses that offer different services.
Each year, the content of the book is enhanced with features to provide a user-friendly experience, as well as enriched content. Can you share some of the features made with this latest edition?
Yes, one of the things with this new edition is the Maryland State OHCQ report, which is the home health agencies in the area, was expanded greatly. So it more than doubled in size. So this year's edition has a lot more options for home health care agencies. One of the other things, we added a couple new categories, and those categories should make it easier for people to find the exact type of resource they're looking for. We divide the resources from A, I can't say Z because it actually ends at V. So from adult daycares all the way to volunteer opportunities, and all the categories are divided in there that you can find exactly what you're looking for. And then we always have new advertisers. We appreciate our advertisers that every year support this publication. And this year we have some new advertisers. So you will learn about some new businesses that provide services as well.
Mary, where can interested individuals as well as businesses or organizations pick up copies of the book, and is it available online?
First of all, I'll answer online. Yes, it is available online, and it has an accessibility online, so that is a good place to look at it. Also, if you are the ones that prefer to have the book in hand and have a hard copy, they are available in all Baltimore County senior centers, as well as the libraries have them. Baltimore City libraries have them, as well as older adult housing communities. Many of our partners have them. As I said before, social workers, many of the hospitals will have them in their areas where they have resources available to people. So pretty much throughout the county and city, you can find them. And then a lot of the public buildings that would have services, and the health department has them available. And if you can't find one, you can always call our office, the communication office at the Baltimore County Department of Aging, and we can make sure you get one, or you can call the MAP office and they can make sure you get some.
Excellent. Now, Community Resources is a revenue-producing publication. Can you explain?
Yes. To have be able to provide this complimentary, no cost to anyone. We make it available to everyone. We have advertisers that pay for advertising in the book, and that helps cover it covers the printing cost of the books and then distribution, so we can get it all out, as well as additional money from this will go towards covering a event we do to honor all the volunteers that provide services to the Department of Aging and other agencies that provide services to people in need. So it is a good way to show the volunteers how much we appreciate them, and the money raised from this, the Community Resources, covers that event.
Excellent. So for those businesses hearing the news and interested in learning more about advertising opportunities offered by BCDA and supporting special events, who can they contact?
Well, I would be happy to talk to them so they can contact me, Mary, at the Department of Aging Communications Office. My number is 410-887-2012, or you can just call our General Communication Office if I don't happen to be right there and you want to talk to somebody right away, which is the 410-887-2002, or you can email sponsor BCDA at baltimorecountymd.gov.
Excellent. Thank you for being a guest on today's show to share information about BCDA's Community Resources 2025.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to take a short break, but first, remember that BCDA offers a virtual senior center called Opal. Opal offers programming from Monday through Saturday in the comfort of your own home. What could be better than starting your day with peers for an exercise, art, or educational session on your computer, tablet, or smartphone instead of venturing out in the cold of winter? To learn more, visit 410-887-2040.
One scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
When the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when. Take control. 1. Assess your needs. 2. Make a plan. 3. Engage your support network. Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell.
Welcome back to The Time of Your Life. I'm your host, Ethel Rasmussen. Another valuable resource available in Baltimore County is our Maryland Access Point, or MAP, of Baltimore County. This information hotline provides details on resources in the community, benefit screenings, and more. With us today to share news about MAP is Carrie Grafton, Supervisor of MAP at the Baltimore County Department of Aging. Carrie, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start by talking about Maryland Access Point, known as MAP. What it is MAP, and why is the service so important to BCDA's population?
So MAP is the main line for not only accessing Department of Aging services, but also for getting community resources within Baltimore County. We serve both older adults and younger individuals with disabilities. We provide information and referral services by phone, in person in our office, and also by email. We're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and our office is located here at the Bicota Senior Center in Towson on the second floor in room 220.
Please share with our viewing audience the many services that MAP offers and the staff supporting the office.
Our goal here is to be a one-stop resource hub for information and resources within the Department of Aging and Baltimore County. Our team is made up of 6 information and referral specialists, including myself. We screen callers for various benefits and services. After screening for services, we offer to send out the information brochures, applications, and other publications, including our Community Resource Guide as a reference. The Community Resource Guide is the Department of Aging's annual publication of resources and benefits and is available to the public via hard copies or online on our website. We also operate a loan closet made up of various types of durable medical equipment, such as canes, walkers, dressing aids, bathtub seats. Any Baltimore County resident who is 60 years or older can borrow our equipment either for free or a small refundable deposit.
Can you provide a few examples of the types of inquiries MAP may receive, along with a few responses that demonstrate the range of calls the office supports?
So one of the biggest inquiries we receive are related to getting benefits. Callers will contact us to get information on various things that can help out with expenses, such as food, housing, energy assistance. Utilities. We use our benefits roster screening tool as well as resources from our resource database to help callers know which benefits they could potentially be eligible for. Towards the end of the call, we also offer to send a benefits application to them for those different programs, either by land mail or by email. Our other most common information and referral request is related to personal care and caregiver support. We screen older adults and their caregivers for various support services and refer them to other programs such as our caregivers program within the Department of Aging.
You mentioned financial assistance eligibility assistance. Can you speak more about what you can screen individuals for to help make ends meet?
So whenever we get a caller asking about financial assistance, we use that as an opportunity to talk to them in a larger conversation, trying to get more details for the entire situation. In doing that, we'll use that benefits roster of the various services and see if they, to help screen them and guide, it helps guide the MAP specialist who's doing the conversation to also talk about other potential benefits that the caller might be eligible for that they're not even asking for. For example, if the client is asking about SNAP benefits, which is a food benefit, generally that person is also eligible for energy assistance. We might also talk about the housing tax credits too.
So another important service is MAP's technology demonstration. Can you share information about the program and the type of technology available?
Yep. In addition to the loan closet, we offer those device demonstrations of various pieces of assistive devices to help with everyday tasks such as preparing a meal, dressing, or bathing. Some examples could be a sock aid for putting on socks easier. There's a voice recorder for pill containers that you can scan to read the directions on the pill bottles. Um, there's a pillbox alarm system to remind the user to take their medications. So we'll show older adults and their caregivers how that simple device can improve the quality of life and independence. And then after we demonstrate those devices, we share information related to where people can obtain them, as well as any financial assistance that may be available. Our loan closet is available for older adults age 60 and over, as well as their caregivers, and the demonstrations occur at the Bicota Senior Center in Towson by appointment only. So those appointments can be made by calling the MAP office.
For those seeking a BCDA speaker for a meeting, how would they contact MAP?
So we coordinate guest speakers through our Speakers Bureau service. We work with local organizations within Baltimore County to schedule guest speakers to talk about various topics related to aging, including senior centers, wellness programs, benefits, transportation, and caregiver support. Anyone who might be interested in getting a guest speaker should contact our MAP line.
Is there anything else that you would like to share about MAP?
One little plug I'd like to give is for the homeowner's tax credit. We're approaching that time of year, and we like to remind folks that they can apply for the homeowner's tax credit if they are a homeowner. It grants eligible older adults a discount on their property taxes. The applications for that homeowner's tax credit will become available in a few months, but we encourage anyone who might be interested in applying to contact the MAP office to get a copy of that application when it becomes available. We would also like to remind folks that homeowners do need to reapply for that homeowner's tax credit every year in order to continue to receive the discount on their property tax.
So if you can just remind our viewing audience how they can get in touch with MAP.
Anyone who's interested in getting more information on any of the things I've talked about should call MAP office here at 410-887-2594. We are also available via email at aginginfo@baltimorecountymd.gov. And again, we are located at the Bicota Senior Center at 611 Central Avenue, room 220 in Towson, Maryland, 21204. And we're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Thank you, Carrie, for being on today's show to share the information and value of MAP that it can bring to our constituents of Baltimore County.
Thanks for having me.
That's today's show. Thank you for spending your time with us. Please remember you can call the Department of Aging's information line called Maryland Access Point or MAP at Baltimore County at 410-887-2594 with questions pertaining to older adults and persons with disabilities. This show may also be viewed anytime on the internet at www.baltimorecountymd.gov/videos with open captioning. That brings us to the conclusion of this edition of The Time of Your Life, a National Mature Media Award winner about the services and contemporary topics that keep you in the know. Until next time.